Come on in the room. Put this pillow up behind me so I can't see that stuff. I know. Hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Fix my chat here. Hey, Pooh. Hey, baby. How are you? Good to see you. Pooh's Unique Creations is in the building. Says Auntie with some kisses. Miss P's Creation says, hey, hello, darling. Miss B's Baskets and More says, hello, Katrina and everyone. Hello, hello. Let's see. Pooh says, I came right on time. I love you. I love you too, baby. Thank you so much for coming. Pooh, do me a favor and send Classy a text. Because I was supposed to text her when I went live and I forgot. Alicia says, good evening, everyone. Hello, Alicia. Welcome in. There's all things precious. Miss Rolitha says, good evening, Miss Katrina Rolitha. We need to go to the casino again, girl. Wrap it up, gifts. Miss Marie's in the building. Says, hello, hello, darling. Welcome in, welcome in. The gift girlie is in the building. Says, hi, Katrina. Hello, darling. Good to see you. I hope everybody is doing well, y'all. Crafty Leo says, hey, Miss Katrina, and everybody. Thank you, darling, for the hearts. Welcome in. I'm glad you all could make it. I'm glad I could make it. I am on call this weekend, but I am not on call tonight. So, Pooh says, I'm here. Or it went up. I'm here now. That's what matters. That's right. I'm glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. Crafts by Q is in the building. Crafts by Q says, hey, hon, I'm looking at you on TV, so I may not comment much. That's okay, hon. That's okay. All things precious. Miss Rolita says, oh, my God, I was just about to ask when will you be ready? I don't know, honey, but I'm going to let you know. It ain't going to be too long. I'm on call this weekend. It might be next weekend. I'm not sure just yet. But you know, I'll let you know. All right, Baskets. Miss Ashley's in the building. Says, hi, Katrina. And hi, everyone. Hello, Miss Ashley. Miss P's Creation retracted her message. Niles Diaz Ribeiro says hi from Brazil. Hello, welcome in. I hope everything is going well there in Brazil. It's on my bucket list. I plan to get there one day, but welcome to Crafty Corner down here in Georgia. Miss Peace Creation says, thumbs up, everybody, please and thank you. So, y'all, I have been incognito. I know, MIA, missing in action. I know, but I am here. Everything is going well. Y'all see my son-in-law trying to creep behind me like we can't see him. He says hello. Pooh says, don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you, Pooh. Let's see. All right, so I don't know if it's story time, y'all, or it just is what it is, okay? Going on here at the Crafty Corner. A lot of things that have a lot to do with basket making, a lot to do with business, a lot to do with working, and just a lot to do with lifing. So I have my whole family here with me. My middle daughter will also be returning home here in a few weeks as well. So it's getting a little bit crowded here at the Crafty Corner, and that's okay. Y'all know I love having my family around. We just have to tweak some things. That was Keisha running down the steps. But we just have to tweak some things um, so we function a little bit better. So that's a lot of where I've been, is just trying to get things in order and um, make things more functionable for us. So let's talk about Father's Day. I know y'all are sick of talking about Father's Day, but I did not do any recaps. So, Pooh says I'm bugging up. Thank you, baby. Um, I hadn't done. I did a small recap while I was out in the field, but just a quick recap, y'all, um, because there's a lot that ties into our basket making and things going on in the world, and they all go together. So remember that all of these things go and coexist and coincide and go together. So I will say that I made 74 baskets. I believe it was 74. Pretty close. Pretty 74. About, we'll say 74. May have been 75 or 76, but it's right in there. I brought back 40 some odd baskets with me. So I had said that when I redo, if I do, or when I do Father's Day next year, I'm only going to make about 20 to 25 baskets, depending upon the climate. And getting out in the community and looking at the climate and what's going on around us, of course, are things we definitely have to do, because that's how we know how we're going to sell. All right, some areas are better than others. All right, but everybody is working and functioning under the same climate. And I'm just going to call it a climate, y'all, because that's pretty much what it is. If you all recall, I said quite some time ago that if your sales were not that good, don't be surprised. Because of the current situations going on around us, the same economic pressures that we live under, so do the people buying our baskets. And I cannot tell y'all how much the comments in regards to that I got during this sale. So that was one of the reasons why I brought this up quite some time ago, so that we would be mentally prepared when we did not make the sales that we wanted to. And I said, let's, for me, my goal was to not make as many gift baskets as I did last year. And that's what I did. Last year I had about 150 men's baskets, something like that. So yes, I pretty much cut that number in half when I made the baskets this time around. So next time around it will be less, unless the atmosphere changes, and we probably got about 4 years or so before that's going to happen. So we're just going to have to be more savvy at the gifts that we put together. I know some are turning their gift basket businesses into custom order type deals, and that's perfectly fine. You have to do what works for you, what works for your family, and what works in your area. My sales weren't bad. There just wasn't a lot. And I'm okay with that, y'all. I really am, because it was my expectation. It really was, because I'm in a political town, so I know what the environment is and what the environment is like. I'm down here in the Bible Belt south of Georgia. So I definitely know. Never in a Million is in the building, says, hey, basket family. Hello, Never in a Million. Thank you for coming in. So I'm not disappointed about the sales at all. And other things that are going on in the Krafty Corner have more to do with getting our survival skills together than making baskets. So that is what a lot of my being tied up has been chalked up to. I have had, I know if you've seen some of my garden videos, we have started planting our own food. And I'm just keeping it 100 with y'all. I don't watch a whole lot of news and everything, but I'm very attuned to what's going on around me in the world. And I can tell you that the coastal ports are empty. There are no ships coming in to deliver food. Um, so a little advice from the Crafty Corner: start stocking up on beans, rice, and things like that. Things that you can have as a go-to. Because it is not ugly yet, and that's because most of your grocery stores are stocking their supplies from the excess we have in some of these warehouses. Well, that's about to change as well, because some of the excess we have that are still in the packing houses, that's on a freeze, y'all. There's nobody packing this food so that it can be sent to these warehouses so it can be stocked in these stores when it's time for them to stock. There's nothing there, and that's because two of the main plants that do the food packing were raided by ICE, and one of them's in Nebraska. I forget where the other one is, but they're huge packing plants, and they are at a standstill. So nothing is being packed, nothing is being cargo shipped in, and to make that make sense to you, 80% of our food chain is imported. We don't grow it here, it's imported. So if there are no ships in the ports, then we're not importing anything. All right, so we have been busy with the garden. We've been busy looking for land, because we are looking at purchasing some land and things of that nature. So those are some of the things that have had me tied up, aside from running everybody to work and being at work myself. You all know they put me on call. I told you I was a matter of time before they put me on call on the days that I do my lives. And they, I ain't gonna say it was a bad thing. I did get called in all of those nights that I was on call. But it's okay. If I get called in, I don't mind going in, because I ain't turning down no coins coming into the Crafty Corner, none. Sylvia Alvarez says, hi, everyone. Hello, Sylvia. Thank you for coming in. Monique's in the building, says, hey, Katrina and everyone. Hello, Monique. Wrap It Up Gift says, how are you doing with the gardening? I've been preparing to start. The gardening is going wonderful, Marie. Actually got one pepper so far, plus some tomatoes that have some cherry tomatoes that have also started to pop out, and I'll show you all those before we get off this live, or before it gets dark. It's not going to be a long live tonight. I just want all of you, because I love each and every one of y'all, to start getting prepared for those things, to be cognizant of what is going on, because it's real. This is not a joke, and it is going to get worse. All right, because that's just one of the things being done in this country. And I don't know who you're going to get to work those fields and plants and all that other stuff, but I know who it's not going to be. Just saying. Crafty Leo says, we've been looking for land as well. Yes, ma'am. Even if you start with an acre, y'all, secure you something. It's important. And I know everybody doesn't have a green thumb. Everybody doesn't garden. I love to garden. I started my garden when I first moved in this house, and I was just doing flowers then. But we are doing food now, just to make sure we can sustain when needed. I will be getting some baby chicks, so that we will grow those into egg-laying chickens, and I'll have a coop and all of that. Y'all will see that journey. When I get all of that together, we will show it all, and then I will be fencing my backyard in. I'm going to put a high fence back there, I was going to do my drywall and stuff downstairs first, but because of the atmosphere, this just calls for a change of plan. So we will be fencing the yard in first with a high fence so that the deer cannot jump over the fence, because y'all know deer can jump over fences. And so we will, come here. Have our high fence. Y'all see Trouble right here, right? This is Trouble. Stop licking me. Say hey, Trouble. Say hey to the people. All right, get in. So, those are just some of the things going on here at the Krafty Corner, y'all. You know, and then on top of all of that, y'all, I am tired. I'm tired from these sales because really got drained by the sun. Definitely staying hydrated, as you can see. All right. So I'm definitely been working. So I just haven't been able to jump on the lives. So I did want to come on tonight. Miss Marie says, I saw some of y'all Hobby Lobby hauls. Hang on, it jumped away, Marie. Hang on, y'all. Hobby Lobby hauls. And I was thinking that we might be beneficial to the community this season, the selling toys, with selling toys. I haven't seen those hauls just yet, but because I haven't been out to buy anything, Marie, so I have to take a look and see what we're all buying. I can tell you that just about everything I did for Father's Day was from my stash. I bought a few things, but I did not buy a whole lot at all. Never a Million says, come through with this economic lesson. We'd be wise to heed. Yes, please do. Crafty Leo says, yes to growing your groceries. Absolutely. Absolutely. Pooh says, my mama does gardening. That's wonderful, because we gonna need that food, Pooh. I'm telling you. You know, one of the things they talked about was the food stamp program. And I know some people that are trying to apply, and what they're doing right now is putting them in a cycle of reapplying. You know, you apply, you're approved and all of that, then your cycle ends. Oh, you got to reapply again. We did, because you didn't get all the information that you were supposed to get that they emailed to you. I mean, it's just a bunch of hurry up and slow down going on with this process, because the food stamp company, they're not sure, or the company, DFAX or whatever they're called, they are not sure what the administration is going to do. So right now they're just stringing people along so they can approve or deny. They don't want to approve, pay it out, and then he cancels the program. And then now these people got all these stamps that they can't even use. So, and I imagine it cuts some work down for them, and that's part of why they're doing that. Monique says, hey, Pooh. Pooh says, hey, Monique. Marie says 100 because it's too hot for that. Okay. Even hotter to be hungry, girl. Lyson, get in here. Let's see. Monique Powell says trouble. Alicia Gordon says, "Aw, too adorable." Yes, honey, he's something serious too. The Gifted Girl, aw, so cute. I have a Yorkie too. Well, you want one more? Shadrach will go tell my mama I said that. Pooh said trouble fine. Yeah, he's a sweetheart, y'all. He really is. I tell y'all, when we take him out in the front yard, there's a hawk out there that takes flight. He want my Yorkie so bad he don't know what to do with himself. Pooh says, I shouted you out on one of my lives, Auntie. Thank you, Pooh. I appreciate that. I'm sorry I didn't see it, but I'm going to go back and watch all of it. I honestly have not been on YouTube that much, y'all. Honestly, have not. I haven't been on Facebook at all. Maybe once or twice earlier this week. But we're gonna get back into the swing of things because I am going to do some tutorials um, for our basket communities, and those will be coming up. So I'm actually working on PowerPoints and stuff like that for the Cricket one, as well as some other things. Who says something ate her lettuce, watermelon, and potatoes? Shaking my head. Yeah, she gonna have to get mesh covers. I have the mesh covers on mine. I have watermelon growing back there too. Um, what do I have? I got cucumbers, uh, green beans, tomatoes, watermelon, onions, cabbage, lemon tree. We did determine that it was a lemon tree and not an orange tree. I don't know. Somebody stuck the little orange stick in there trying to be funny, or I don't know. Peppers. I have the regular peppers and bell peppers. Yeah, I said that already. Said lettuce. I have the bok choy lettuce. I have broccoli and cauliflower growing as well. My potatoes I'll be planting sometime. I hope this weekend, but it may be probably Monday because I'm off. But yeah, your mom, she probably needs some mesh covers, Pooh. That will keep the bugs out and will keep whatever is trying to eat those from getting to them. And if it's an area where there's deer and things like that, then that's probably what's getting them, huh?
I took them to grow a plum tree.
Oh, and Chandrell is attempting to grow a plum tree. Ha ha ha. Miss Rolita says, I heard someone is stealing the stamps the day they become available on your card. And people are listen, we fixing to move into some desperate times, y'all, and one of the things about with growing your food is definitely being safe while you're doing so, because some of these people that are in denial about getting prepared for this are going to be trying to steal what you have, and that's definitely, you don't want that. Miss Marie said, I was speaking in reference to working on, hang on, baby, someone else's farm. Oh, ain't gonna happen, girl. They ain't get nobody to work them farms simply because of the way they've been going about doing things. These Nebraska farmers, they about to find out, because when these farms go belly up into bankruptcy, who's buying these farms up? Come on, I know y'all know. I'm gonna wait. Put it in the comment. Tell me who's buying up these farms, because they buying them up now. Pooh says they selling stamps online and getting scammed. That's their fault, and the food stamp office finding out. Shaking my head. May be true, but this current administration is trying to cut the program, period. And there are some people out there that use the food stamps correctly in the way that they should, and they're not going to be able to feed their families. And I'm sorry, that's a problem. That is a problem. Marie says, Pooh, and they have no shame. Yeah, them people running scams have no shame, y'all. None. Gifty Girl says, hedge funds and billionaires. Oh, well, this hedge fund and billionaire has a name, honey. President Vance is who's buying up these farms, okay? Our Vice President Vance, or whatever his name is. That's who's buying up these farms. And if you follow the money, it'll lead right to him. I promise you it will. Pooh's Creation says, I know I do to feed my kids. That's right. You absolutely right, sweetheart. Lisa My Bell says, hey, my Katrina and everyone. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you too, ma'am. Thank you for popping in. Wrap It Up Gives. Miss Marie says, realtors are definitely buying farmland here in Missouri. Yes, girl. And I have found several lots down here in Georgia for sale, so I'm not too far from me. So that is definitely something we are listening, are looking into. Marie says, yes, I heard about that. Talking about the Nebraska farm packing centers. Yeah, these are the true stories, y'all. And the empty ports. If you have family that live near a port, tell them to go down there and just FaceTime you with the ports so that you can see it with yourself for yourselves. Because it's definitely happening, and it is going to get worse before it gets better. This is not to say I know everything, because I don't. I don't. I'm literally going by what I see, praying about it, and following what I feel God is leading us to do. And clearly, it is something my whole family has felt, because even my kids, it has pulled them home. All right, my middle daughter, like I said, she will be home in a couple of weeks. She said that it's just on her spirit for us to find this land, and that something was telling her that she needed to come home and help her mom. I haven't asked for help. I don't know what that means, but that's something that she feels in her spirit that the Lord has put on her. So there's a reason he is pulling everybody here. And we are all being diligent and faithful in regards to being very vigilant about what it is he wants us to do. Pooh says, shaking my head, Lord help us all. Yes, ma'am, Lord's going to help us all, but we're going to help ourselves too. We're going to definitely get it together. We're going to definitely get this garden going up good. Like I said, I'll be putting my potatoes in real soon. And I have been stocking my freezer with monies that I've been getting from my basket sales, stocking my deep freezer and my large freezer with meats. Because if we get the vegetables growing, stock up on beans and rice, all I need to do is stock up on meat. And that's what I've been doing. Marie says, we have been warned for several years of this. Yes, ma'am. We sure have. And everybody that has been paying attention, to God be the glory. And to those of us that have been lagging in paying attention, I think that any time is the right time, and now is a better time than none to go ahead and start. Even if your first harvest is a small one, you can flip that harvest to the next season and get a bigger harvest, which will be some of the things we're doing. And right now we have two gardens. We have mine down here, and my sister has started hers up in Atlanta. She actually started hers before I did, but we're doing it this way because some of the things that she's growing, I'm not growing. So we're going to be able to swap those things out. And then my oldest daughter is getting ready to purchase a canner, and she's going to be canning stuff so that we can save these food items that we're growing, because there's no point growing it if you're not going to save it so you'll have a meal later. So she is going to be doing the canning and stuff. So we can sit around and watch what's going on, or we can get involved and do something about it for our own families. And that's just where we are here at the Crafty Corner as a family. So that's why sis has been in a little bit incognito, y'all. Hey, Lady Diva Washington. She says, hey, Miss Katrina and everyone. Welcome in, sweetheart. Welcome in. I'm so sorry for the loss of your friend, Miss Lady Diva. You definitely are in my prayers. And I'll be sending those prayers up for you, sweetie. But yeah, we have been warned for several years, Marie. We definitely have. And I don't know if y'all have heard about the mass exodus that is happening right now. This is making the regular news, y'all. Not just the news I'll be watching on YouTube, but the regular news. There is a mass exodus of people leaving this country, the people that look like leaving this country, and that is a big deal. because we are the financial backbone of this company. I mean, of this country. So, take a look at what's going on, y'all. Who said, shaking my head, I'm at Family Dollar looking for a fan for my shed. They high as hell. Yeah, they are. Because Family Dollar still buying that stuff from China. So, yeah, and they passing that money on to us. Lisa Bill says, Pooh, did you check Walmart? Um, Now, I don't know if Dollar General sales are still going on, but I know they had a mega sale going on the other day because I went in there and bought dirt for the garden. Um, let's see. Who said no, Lisa? Shaking my head. I was at Walmart earlier and didn't think of a fan. I was in the clearance. Lady Diva Washington says, great minds at Lisa. Yes, ma'am. Pooh says, thanks, Lisa Bell. Wait a minute. Thanks, sis. I guess back to Walmart. Shaking my head. Lisa Bell says, nothing. Wrap it up. Gifts, said Marie. We got some nice tower fans at Walmart for $24. Okay. Yeah, tower fans are good too. I'm gonna get a ceiling fan for the shed, so that's what I'm looking at. Still Classy's in the building. Says, hey Katrina, hey Deb, how are you, darling? Thank you for popping in. It's good to see you. I'm not in the Crafty corner, y'all, because I have got to clean the Crafty corner up. Them 46 baskets that I came back with are all stacked in the Crafty corner, so I'm gonna have to put all that up so I can get back down there. Rachel from Daddy's Treasure Chest is in the building and says, hey Katrina, hey Miss Rachel, good to see you. I'm glad y'all could pop in tonight. Like I said, that is where I have been as far as being incognito. I will say with the minimum baskets I stole, I still made 4 figures. They weren't the 4 high figures that I like to make, but I ain't mad about it. They were high enough. So I'm not really stressing over that. So my focus right now is to get these tutorials out for you all and to get this garden going, and finding that land that we're looking for, because we're definitely looking for some land right now. Creative Living, Miss Terry is in the building. Says, hi Katrina and everybody. Langston, what is your problem? Thank you. Sit down. He laid down, y'all. He's just he I don't know if he wants to go outside. He probably trying to chase a bird or something from the window. I don't know what he's doing now. He's following my son-in-law back through the house. But yes, Still Classy says, that's great. Yeah, I ain't mad about it at all. Like I said, I think we all can say, well, I ain't gonna say we all. I'm gonna say I can say that I did not sell everything. It was not a sellout. Absolutely was not a sellout. But strangely enough, y'all, and I don't get it. I don't. Because like I said, with the economic times, I think it was that I just didn't have as many customers, because all my big baskets sold. Every big basket I made sold. That was the car wash baskets with the t-shirts and stuff in them. Those were my top sellers. Those went real quick. My baskets that had the men's pajama sets in it, my shoe baskets, those trucks that I LLC chosen on, all of those sold. So I was not mad about that at all. Rachel Treasure Chest says, absolutely. They were high enough. Yeah, and my most expensive basket was $75. So like I said, and every one of my big baskets sold, all of them. And then, and I was talking to Deb the other night, and I told her the strangest thing to me is, you know how we always say and don't put um, Happy Father's Day and stuff like that on a whole bunch of stuff, just put it on a few things. Well, I didn't put it on anything. And y'all know what? Everybody that came and asked me for a mug wanted one that said Happy Father's Day. And I'm like just shaking my head like, boy, you just cannot make this up. You cannot make this stuff up. Still Classy says, awesome at Rachel. Sedona says, Langston wants some attention. Langston trying to get outside to get something. Now, he keep going over here to this window barking at stuff and then pacing back over here to the front door. I don't know what he's after out there, but there's something out there that he wants to go get. And it could be, he thinks he can kill everything. It could be that hawk, raccoon, armadillo, possum, but whatever it is, it's out there, and it's. My daughter said, "Ain't nothing out there. He's just being a bud, and he's looking at something." Let's see. This thing keep jumping back up, y'all. Rachel says, "Well, darn. Hang on, y'all." Rachel says, I made the most I have ever made for Father's Day this year. That's awesome. That is awesome. Often occasions says, hello, Krafty and designers. Glad to catch your live. I'm glad you caught it too. Welcome in. Thank you for coming in. Lady Diva Washington says, I swear dogs are like children. They only bother you when you're busy on the phone and quiet when you're off. Not mine. Langston is like the annoying little brother. Literally, 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 Lady Diva. He is the annoying little brother, okay? It don't matter what you're doing. You could be on live. I think he thought I was a, what do you call them things? A trampoline yesterday. Because I'm laying in here on the couch, and he comes running through the house, jumps on me right on my stomach, and then jumps right back off, running through the house again. And I'm like, hello. Hello. He is the annoying little brother, honey. Let's see. A Touch of Elegance is in the building. It says, A Touch of Elegance, Gift Crafts and More says, hello, everyone. Never in a Million says, same with me. I only had one large gift left, 55 to 95. All sold. It was crazy. Yeah, I have a trash bag full of the small gifts because I sold a few of those, not all of them. Most of those I brought back home. Who says, leave my damn niece alone, Ivy. Just want your attention. Honey. What he got going on? Lady Diva Washington is laughing. Who says, I'm going to snitch on you and call the people on you because I be innocent. All right, now let's see. Lady Diva says, I'm shipping her to you, Pooh. Pooh says, nah, I don't have the time nor patience for her foolery, sis. You got it handled, okay? Yeah, because I ain't got no Ivy, but Langston is being a butt. Lady Diva says, just like her, that he's quiet when you're off, just like her pit bull Ivy, in case y'all didn't know what they were talking about. They're talking about Lady Diva's pit bull. Now, my grandson used to have a pit bull. I don't know what happened to him, but he didn't have no mean streak in him at all, but he was the laziest thing. Just want to lay around. I think my grandson said he died. I'm not real sure. Lady Diva Washington says, Langston can go too, Katrina. No, Langston, See, Lady Diva Washington, you didn't see my when I went live that day, that Langston was missing. And you didn't hear my mama wailing and bawling, honey. We ain't gonna mess with Langston. We gonna leave Langston right here at the Crafty corner, so Minister Crowley can find her dog. Okay. I'm just saying, we ain't gonna take Langston nowhere. He get to stay here. Who said leave Langston alone? That's right. He ain't going nowhere. Only if you want to, Auntie. Don't whoop me. No, Langston can't go. Sorry. He gonna have to leave Langston alone, right? Pooh got it right, y'all. Y'all did not. My mama was wailing about that dog, okay? She said, oh no, I didn't know that. I'm glad he was found. Well, yeah, he wasn't lost. I think we were, because Langston was in the garage. It was the day that my daughter, they had to call an ambulance to come get her. And when my daughter and son-in-law, when they took my daughter out, my son-in-law came out and he closed the door behind him, and they didn't have a key. And they realized Langston was out, so he put Langston in the garage. Well, when we got home, my mom did. We didn't know Langston was in the garage because Langston was not making any noise whatsoever. So after an hour of walking the neighborhood, we have friends and neighbors looking for him. My son-in-law called and said Langston was in the garage. And my mom said she had looked in the garage, but he was scared to death, y'all. When I opened the garage, we had to call him because he was hiding. He was in there hiding. And he finally came out, and he was just shaking. So, he was in a garage where he wasn't used to being, and we didn't know he was in there, but we found him. Pooh says, I know the feeling about being attached to a dog. I miss my baby so much. That's why I deal with DJ here, but he boring. Give me boring. I'm at the boring age, Pooh. I need boring because I don't know where Langston went just now, but right now he's ripping and running through the house, and he's about to drive me crazy. He done ran downstairs now. I don't know what he's doing. But I'm going to get up from here, and I'm going to show y'all these veggie tables that I am growing, and then I'm going to get off of this live because Chandrell's fixing to come help me up. All right, y'all. Hang on right here. I got to put y'all down for a second. I'm up. My couch is on the ground, y'all, because the legs broke off of it, so I got to buy a new couch. Well, I got a whole bunch of new stuff I need to get, y'all. But I am going to let y'all see my vegetables growing out here. I just pruned some of them, so I got to get the stuff off the porch. But let's see what we got. Turn y'all around. These are peppers. See, there goes one right there. So I have 2 pepper plants out here. There's the tomatoes. And as you can see, there are tomatoes there. And there's some up here. Some up there. Let's see what we got over here. These are the cucumbers. Those are all green beans around that, the bottom of that planter. Some more here. Those are more green beans. I have some corn back there that's trying its best. This is a watermelon. I had to cut the little, he had some leaves on him that, like right there, that were brown. I cut those off. And then I have stuff that hasn't sprouted yet. These are the onions, the cabbage, and the broccoli. And then this green bag back here is, I forget. My daughter planted it, but she got, oh, well, you know what? Let me just look and see, because she got it on here. Movement. And I'm doing these in grow bags, y'all. Let's see what this is. Pile of dirt right now. Oh, okay, that's the broccoli. I got the cauliflower up here. So, and then that's the lemon tree right back there. That's the lemon tree. So, and then I have two up here that have the other peppers in them. So I'm definitely trying to get it going, y'all. Um, let's see. Marie says, you work from home and I was not going to babysit. Wait a minute, let me go back. I done missed something. So Donna says, Katrina, how are you feeling? I'm tired. So Donna, I am really tired. But I feel okay. I'm old, honey. I'm just getting old, that's all. But my biggest thing is I am exhausted because, like I said, it has been nonstop during these sales with everybody working, trying to get the garden together. I have someone cutting these trees down. Um, they got their ladders over there on that side, but they have been cutting and trimming back these trees. But other than that, I'm okay. I'm okay. I wish I did work from home. Let's see. Ah, something bit me, y'all. Let's see, let's see. Marie says, I already read that. Let me go back. Um, all right, let's see. Marie says, my girls bought a dog and I put that dog out 4 days. No pets allowed. Pooh says, now Marie, you wrong for that. Lady D was laughing at Marie. Still classy said, 4 days, Marie. Lisa Bell is laughing. Pooh is laughing. She said, I hollered. So Donna asked me how I'm feeling, and let's see. Marie says, you from home, and I was not going to babysit. Okay. So he got put out. Lady Deepa Washington says, beautiful. Lisa says, looking good. Pooh says, I'm going to show my mama this part of the live. Okay, hon. I appreciate you. Marie says, I'm excited for you. Yes, girl. I'm trying to get it going here. Still Classy says, wow, you are really doing great with your garden. I hope so, Still Classy, because he a little on the frustrating side, but that's okay. You know, one of the things that I do know is as gardeners growing vegetables and fruits and stuff, we get anxious and we want the stuff in there to grow. We want to plant it today and for it to blow and harvest it tomorrow. So hopefully in the next 60 days and stuff, we definitely will have some things to get out of here, especially that tomato plant. I'm pretty sure that I'll have some nice red cherry tomatoes on there. Norma Boone said, hi, hello, hello. The Gifty Girl says, nice garden. I need to plant my greens. Yes, girl. A lot of places are running out of seeds too. So, if you all do decide to start your gardens, make sure you learn how to save your own seeds so that you can replant stuff and keep your gardens going. Lady Diva says, nothing gets, and then it rolled away, honey. Rolled right on up there. Hang on. Hang on. Nothing gets old but clothes. You're seasoned. Thank you, darling. I'll take that. Who's who's looking at you with the hearts? Lady Diva says, my husband loves your garden. Y'all know he's the chef in our home. Oh, okay. All right. Now, I love to cook with my garden food now. I definitely do love doing that. Now, I had a herb garden, and this little pink container right here, I have a blue one, and these are called green stalk containers. And if y'all remember, I got the containers to hold my Easter gifts in because I had those sticks and everything. That was why I bought those containers. But I have a blue one like that, and I haven't even taken it out of the box yet. So I will be planting stuff up in that, but I've got some deeper bags for my potatoes and stuff, and I'll be doing that. Pooh says, ugh, it's been hot. I don't feel like doing this ghetto Walmart child, but I need a fan. I know that's right. Pooh says, my mama made homemade greens for Mother's Day. Honey, I hope to have all my vegetables ready for Thanksgiving. Still Classy says, I grew full-size tomatoes before they grow really well. Before they grow really well. Yes, ma'am, they do. They do, they do. What you looking for?
Just looking at it, I see the corn growing.
Yeah, the corn, he trying to sprout on out there. I put some more in there. And yeah, they are definitely trying to sprout out.
I don't know. I'm saying growing.
Lady Diva says nothing gets old but clothes. Let's see. Boy, this thing jumps up, jumps down, jumps up, jumps down.
And now y'all be kidding.
Wrap it up. Gift says we just left from the ghetto Home Depot. I should I should have Richard tell the real story of what happened yesterday. Yes, we inquiry minds. Let's see. Pooh is going through here deleting messages, honey. I don't know who in here acting a fool. Pooh says, I wish I can grow money. I swear, so serious. Pooh, I think my kids think I do grow money. I promise them I don't. I keep telling them I don't. I promise I don't. Still Classy says, what's the story, Marie? Pooh, Wrap It Up Gift says 100. She want to grow some money too. Lisa Bell says, you're not alone, Pooh. Still Classy says, Pooh, me too, honey. Everybody want to grow some money. I want a money tree or two, or three, maybe six. Lady Diva says, don't we all, sis? That's right. We all want one. Marie, what's the story? Look, we ain't gonna forget. We ain't changing the subject. What's the story, Marie? What really happened yesterday? So those are the other bags, grow bags, right there. So I have 3 of them. No, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them over there. And I'll be using those as well. But this is the yard that I've got to get cleared out. Give y'all a better view. So, as you can see, some of the brush is being flat, but those limbs have just grown over the yard. And I'm just going to get all that pushed back. And then we will fence all of it in. But the property line is way back there. It's like way back there. I can't even get the camera to hit that red line because I can barely see it. But that has been my life right now, y'all. And we definitely going to y'all see him, don't you? No, I'm just playing. Get everything together here in the Krafty Corner. So y'all be on the lookout for those announcements for those lives and all of that. You know what, Rachel? I think one of those is zucchini. Rachel says, hang on, y'all.
Batman for real.
Here it is. All right. Rachel, it jumped away again, honey. Hang on. Let me get you back. All right. Rachel says, my husband is growing some tomatoes, zucchini, and cucumbers. I tried but couldn't get anything to grow. Who says you must have been on Hall's Ferry, Maria. Or Marie, I'm sorry. Lady Diva says, that's awesome, Miss Rachel. Yeah, absolutely. Lisa Bell says that's awesome. Still Classy says Rachel, no green thumb. Pooh says West. Wait a minute. I'm sorry, Pooh. You roll away, baby, and try to see if I can find it again. And it just keeps rolling away like, good Lord. Still Classy, do I have your phone, girl? All right, Pooh says West. Fluorescent so ghetto, I don't shop there. But baby, I'm tired of driving in this heat. My birthday sign melted. A loose. Uh-oh. Rachel says it's still Classy. No, my dad didn't pass that down to me. Uh-oh. No green thumb, Rachel. Marie says two guys had an ongoing beef since they were in high school about how one took this girl. Sorry, one took this girl. One took this girl. Hang on, Lord have mercy. About how one took this girl to prom while dating the other guy. Well, that ain't good. That is stuff like that don't lead to nothing but trouble. Lady Diva says the scenery is so zen. I love nature. I do too. Rachel says I told my husband that that's probably why, because he reminds me so much of my dad. Pooh says they just had a shooting at one of the Halls ferries the day I was going. God turned me around. See, he knows what he's doing. Marie says, so one guy been mad about it ever since they started arguing while getting water. The guy that got beat up shot up the other guy. Oh my goodness. Still Classy says, oh no, Pooh. And this all happened yesterday, Marie. Oh Lord. Lady Diva Washington says that Rachel, don't feel bad. I don't have a green thumb either, but I'm willing to learn. Lisa My Bell says, oh no, Marie. I know, right? Lisa Bell says, especially after all this time. Pooh says, I'm over in St. Louis. That's why I can't wait to see North Carolina in September. Have you ever been to North Carolina, Pooh? Lady Diva Washington says, oh wow, that's crazy at Marie. Yes, it is. Marie says, I get all the crazy stories by Richard Working. And it rolled away. Richard working at the medical examiner's office. Oh yeah, I know, girl. Some that jaw droppers too, I'm sure. Lady Diva says, be careful, sis, at Pooh. Marie says, oh my God, Marie. JCD, Miss Hope is in the building. Says, hello, everyone. Hello, Hope. Welcome in. Alicia Gordon said, that's terrible. Yes, it is. Pooh's Unique Creation says, no. Still Classy says that Lady Diva Washington, I don't have a green thumb either. Tomatoes are just easy. Yeah, they are. They throw a tomato in a bucket and it'll do its thing. That's for sure. So, the guy that got shot up, Marie, did he die or? You know, I gotta have the ending to the story. Let me scroll back, make sure I didn't miss it. Fighting over a woman. Y'all see how much trouble women have caused since Eve? We just been busy. All right, Lady Diva Washington says, I don't know how to do it either. It's still classy. Pooh says, never been nowhere without my mama. Okay. Well, you'll love it. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful state. North Carolina is absolutely beautiful. So I hope that you enjoy yourself and that you really, really, and just take the scenery in. Because when I say zen, like Lady Diva said, that whole state is zen. It's just nice. The countryside, the beautiful colors, and all of that in the landscaping and scenery. Still Classy's laughing. There's S. Marie. S. Marie says, hey, Katrina in chat. Hello, darling. Welcome in. Welcome in. Um, so anyway, y'all, that is where I have been and what I have been up to and what I've been doing. Um, the 3 lives I missed, I was literally on call at that hospital. Pooh says, I will. I'm going to be with Mama Sean. Yes, ma'am. So will I. So I will see you there, dear. um, Still Classy says, hey, at S. Marie. Definitely trying to get a whole lot of things going and together right now. And, like I said, I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm just telling you that because of the State of the Union, that is what me and my family are doing right now. And those things have taken priority because you have to secure your food chain. You have to secure your living quarters. You have to secure all of those things in Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If you all know, if you know, you know, before anything else will be sustainable. And that's just how it is and how it goes. So I will be, in the meantime, I will actually start pushing baskets out for Christmas, probably in October. Definitely in October, but exactly when, I don't know. But y'all just make sure you keep an eye out for those tutorials. I will be posting the Breakfast Club for the birthday club, so we can get our drawing going for that. And that's going to be our June babies. All right, so for my June babies, make sure you look for the post, and then you post your birth dates in that post so that we can get that June drawing going. We will definitely keep doing that every month. And I will definitely be looking at y'all's hauls and things like that, because I ain't going to stop buying my supplies and stuff. However, on the live that I did with you all about the tariffs and the global source and being able to buy your products for your baskets and stuff, make sure you go back and watch that live so that you can use that resource to stock up on items that you would like to put in your baskets. It is definitely worth looking into, whether you buy anything from them or not. At least look into it. Still Classy at Wrap It Up Gifts says, oh my God. Pooh says June 1st. Lady Diva Washington says, oh my God, prayers for his family. This is so sad, at Marie. Yes. Auntie's Gifts and More is in the building. Says, hello, everyone. Hello, darling. Still Classy says, hi, Auntie's Gifts and More. Marie says, and what is even worse, the lady is married to someone else and lives in Texas. Oh, Lord. Lord, these men. I'm telling you. Married, lives in Texas, got 2 men that ain't even fighting the husband, fighting each other for this woman. Lady Diva Washington says, Lord have Marie. I know, right? You can't make this stuff up, y'all. Y'all know this. People crazy and be... All right, y'all. I don't know what's going on down there. All right, y'all. So I'm going to get off this live, get these people fed, and go pick my grandson up from work.
Light go out.
Oh, I turned it off. I didn't need it.
Which way y'all go?
All right, y'all. So anyway, y'all stay tuned for those. Make sure you put your birthdays out there so that I can put you in the drawings and stuff. And then I will post the date of the drawing. It's probably going to be on my next Friday live, next Friday night. Wrap It Up says, I told Richard He should start a YouTube channel just to tell the stories. Yes, you know, for everybody loves story time on them YouTube channels, honey. Lisa Bell says, wonderful live. Thank you, darling. Alicia Gordon says, enjoyed your live. Thank you all. Thank you all for the prayers, well wishes, concerns, and for checking on me, especially you, Miss Still Classy. You and Chosen calling me and checking on me. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to get me some rest. I promise I am. I love you back, sweetheart. Auntie's Gibson Moore says, I will catch the replay. All right, darling. Thank you all for the gold hearts. You guys keep pressing forward. Keep your eyes open and stay vigilant on what's going on in your area. Watch your grocery store shelves. When you next time you go to the grocery stores, look at the shelves and see what's there, okay? Because it's gonna get ugly pretty quick. So I love you all. You all be blessed, but most importantly, be a blessing.